तो आज का हमारा टॉपिक है ये। नमस्कार, सुप्रभात, हेलो, गुतन मॉर्गन।
Calling out Mayday.
Germany has the system like after class 4th can choose between three schools: Gymnasium, Realschule and Hauptschule. According to students' abilities, they can choose any of the schools out of these three, and they have proper sets of format for these schools, and they conduct standardized exams to choose between these schools. Gymnasium is for buttery students, means they are topper or so much clever. Realschule is like graduation up to 10th class, and Hauptschule is like graduation is up to 9th class. In this, advantage is that students can opt for Ausbildung or simply meaning vocational training. The advantages of vocational training is that simultaneously they can study practically and can earn money as well on part-time job basis. Not everyone just want to study and then do jobs. Some people might like to do job at early beings. The more advantage is for those who is financially weaker and can do job and earn money sooner after 9th or 10th class and can proceed on their own profession. Examples are like carpenter, electrician, painter, plumber, etc. Same respect they can earn as higher profession too, and they both usually earns on similar scale mostly. Unlike India, we do see or judge these type of professions at very low level. Means like we heard that पढ़ोगे लिखेगे नहीं तो इसकी तरह छोटा मोटा काम करोगे, right? Then the question may arise that why would anyone will opt for masters? So in Germany it totally depends upon our passion, and they are not forced to study as well. We Indians have school till class 10th, and after that we have three major streams such as science, commerce and arts or humanities. It's like millions of students are grouped into these three categories. Perhaps in Germany student can pick out the subjects individually, like physics with economics or accounts with politics etc. अगर ऑप्शंस ओपन रखना है ना तो साइंस लो, फिर किसी और फील्ड में भी जा सकते हो. So our next topic is university education. In Germany, tuition fee is zero. Yes, my friends, it's absolutely true. In Germany, tuition fee is zero. And in India, top rated universities have raised their tuition fees like hostel fees very tremendously, which economically weak peoples can't afford the fees and forcefully need to take loan from the bank, which crucially burdens the students. And in Germany, they achieve this in high success rate by giving more importance to education. That means taxpayers amount uses more for education by providing subsidies. Studies of India is more theoretical than practical aspects, and those who have done their graduation in engineering or commerce or any other field, after that they will rush for government jobs, and the main drawback is there. You have to study history, political science, geography, general knowledge and various other subjects which they haven't learned in their high school and graduation, and this literally doesn't make any sense. Whereas in Germany is totally opposite with lots of practical experiments and live examples. Our next topic is vacation semester. In Germany, attendance system is not mandatory, whereas in India, as we all know or as we all suffered, that 75% attendance is more important than anything else. If attendance is not at margin, then you are fail. Yes, my friends, in India, in every schools and colleges, they used to say that 75% attendance is compulsory, otherwise you are fail. Usually in Germany, after 12th, most of the students take 1 year vacation to roam around and takes a break, while in India, most of the students were preparing whole year for IIT and rest competitive exams. This is because in our culture, we don't waste time. Means like जल्दी पढ़ाई खत्म करो, then नौकरी करो, then शादी करो, देन बच्चे पैदा करो, देन सेटल हो जाओ, एंड देन आफ्टर दैट रिटायर हो जाओ एंड ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. सो लेट्स सी न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2020 एंड ये एक्चुअली जर्मन एजुकेशन सिस्टम से बहुत सॉर्टेड है एंड वेल मैनर्ड है बिकॉज a reduction in the syllabus to retain core essentials and thrust on experiential learning and critical thinking. New education policy pitches for a 5+3+3+4, which means design corresponding to the age groups like 3 to 8 years, that is foundational stage, 8 to 11 years, that is preparatory stage, 11 to 14 years, that is middle stage, and 14 to 18 years, that is secondary stage. Emphasizes on teaching students up to class 5th in their mother tongue or regional languages. And don't worry friends, English is the optional language till 5th. So if anyone wants to learn English, they can opt for English, or if anyone wants to learn in regional or their mother tongue languages or in historic like Sanskrit or Urdu, so they can opt for Sanskrit or Urdu as well. Okay. शुभ रात्रि, गुड नाइट. इस्त्री मार के एकदम मस्त, बोले तो एकदम कड़क.